How we going? How we doing, guys? Are we live?
Great.
Live and
Live.
great.
We're live.
Fantastic. Well, Merry Christmas. Hope for Christmas, right?
Yes, yes.
We're excited. I haven't done this a long time for a lot of people. While the screen is definitely filling up with a lot of people, so that's exciting. And Jan and I are just so honored to be here tonight to share with all of you and at least see everyone so we can know that we're all live and well, and which is exciting to have happen. Tony's going to host
Look
us.
at Kevin and Lori's fire. That's gorgeous. Wow.
Wow.
Looks great.
Looks like you might not need the hat for long, Kevin. I don't think, based on the size of that fire. Oh, that's awesome. So I am going to, I think, airplane mode my phone. I don't know if anybody's ever done this with your computer, because as soon as you get a text or a call, it seems like everybody wants to call you at like about 8:10. And so I am going to airplane mode my phone. So if you're trying to get a hold of me, that will not happen. And we will reconvene at the end of this. So excited. Anything you want to say, Jen?
Awesome.
Yeah, say hi.
Yeah, no. Just Merry Christmas. I guess everybody's muted, right?
Yeah.
You know me, it's like, talk to me, guys. Like, I've been in isolation for like, seems like years. No, I'm kidding. Travers, I just want a hug. Kelly.
Well, we're going to let some people talk, which is great.
Yes.
So,
Are we going to talk first?
you can. You can
up
go
to
ahead.
you.
You go
Good.
ahead. Why don't you say your talk?
Yeah.
You ready for that, or do you want to wait?
Yeah, you want to wait till?
Yeah, I think you wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wait.
Perfect. Okay. And I know some people are on generators in BC, and they got a blessing after giving us so much grief from all the snow that we get. How much snow did you get, Doug? Like, there is Chris and Don Ball. Oh my goodness. The snow let you out. Hi guys.
I don't see them then. I
Right
don't see
there,
them.
in the middle, front and center.
Yay! How are ya?
I had to unmute Chris for a second there. I got to chat about your snowstorm, Chris.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. How much did you get?
8 inches.
8?
8.
Oh, that's just a
That's
light flurry.
not-
That's
We
just
got that today.
Yeah, I know.
But he didn't want it.
Okay.
We expect it. So
Okay.
I know Doug and Rosie have a generator, I think, last time I heard. So
Power just came on, so we're good.
oh, good to go. All right, we got a little format here, so we don't take everybody's evening, but we just wanted to kind of say hi to everybody and end this year, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if everybody's actually has a name for it, but we want to end it on a high. We want to end it with some hope, if you will.
2020 sucks. That's
Yeah.
my year.
Is that your?
That's my.
Oh
yeah.
wow. Okay. Well, didn't for everything, but
No,
for
absolutely.
getting around people and getting a hug, it definitely wasn't the best. So I know we had a little format that we sent out, and I think we're going to kick it off tonight with Trav and Kelly. You're going to kick us off. Let it rip, guys.
Hey everyone, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Really great to see you guys. And yeah, Bill, thank you very much. I got your text here. So just a couple of points that we're gonna go over here. I think number one was one thing that we learned this year. Do you want to start that off, Cal?
Yep. I learned not to take for granted the fact that we got to see the people that we love. Like, I miss my family and friends like beyond words. And so I think that was something that I took for granted. So I've learned not to do that.
Yeah, and just to piggyback on that, we lost my dad here a couple months ago. And, you know, we said the one thing was we really missed that hug, right? And how we should probably, next year when we get that chance, that opportunity to not miss out on any of that, and certainly not take it for granted, right? One thing I learned, as soon as you got it figured out, everything changes,
Yeah.
right? You know, but entrepreneurial mindset for us is, right, Bill, you get paid by the problems you solve.
Mhm.
And so I guess there's going to be a lot of payment because there's lots of problems to solve, right? But you know what? That's all part of life, right? Our next one was something that you're going to do better next year.
Well, I always say I'm a year better every year, so I hope I do everything better next year.
Yeah, you know what? This year we've really learned to be grateful, right? We've really been grateful for what we've had. In a time that a lot of people aren't seeing abundance, we've seen abundance in lots of different places. And you know what? With our team, we've had the opportunity to, it's funny, get closer to Zoom. But the one thing that we're going to do is we're going to take technology to the next level and be able to connect, which means it gives us an opportunity to have larger businesses, have bigger connections, and get better at that. How can we use that to work for us? But I think for me, what do I want to do better next year? I want to break stuff up into smaller bite-sized pieces, not get overwhelmed with too many large things. And I've seen a couple of great YouTube videos on, could you paint a masterpiece? And the answer to most people, including myself, would be no. And then he breaks the masterpiece down into 1 inch little pieces. And he says, could you draw this line? Could you draw that line? Could you draw this line? And he says, if you continue to do that daily, then all of a sudden, guess what? You've duplicated or replicated a masterpiece. So I think that's what I'm going to do. Work on that. What are you hopeful for in the future?
Well, for me, I just can't wait to hug and the people I love and spend time with them. I'm hoping that we get to gather with our families and friends soon.
Yeah. Well, I'm hopeful for massive growth because I've been around for a little while, and I've seen organizations when we go through major adversity, there are organizations that break, grow, accelerate, expand exponentially, and I think this team is ready for that. I think we've had the opportunity to mature in different ways. And I think this adversity that we've gone through here will have the greatest and massive growth, because I think there are so many people out there right now that they have no idea where they're at or no idea where they're going, and we do. So on that note, Bill, I think that's it. Merry Christmas.
Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas.
Yeah, that was awesome, you guys. Love you guys. Great leaders.
The man by the fire and Lori, Kevin and Lori Gilray. What do you think? You're up next.
Oh, you're not on.
You're not unmuted yet.
How about that? Does that get us live?
That'll help.
I thought, Tony, I'm good. Anyways, to be clear, though, that is a TV. I'm not roasting Lori out here. Our fireplace is right there. But kind of cool, on a side note, we've never had a TV in our house. We had a man cave where our TV is and stuff. But with COVID, we bought a 65-inch TV, and now we can have that. That's kind of fun for us. But, you asked about last year. I think for us, we just solidified for us the power of intention. And you've taught us to control what we can control. Well, there's almost nothing I can control anymore, but I can control my attitude, how much I reach out to other people. I can control growing, and I can control just keeping the main thing, which is my dreams and goals. So I think that's the biggest thing. We knew that, but actually lived it this year. And let's not get it wrong. I cry some nights. Sometimes I think people think I'm just disconnected. No, but I choose what I can control. I'm intentional about it, and we're winning. So I think that's been a big thing for us this year.
Yes. And I'm for number 2 there. I wanted to react better to my negative triggers and to stop procrastinating and settling for. I just want to continue to level up and grow and have that never quit mindset. I've learned that action doesn't cure fear, and action reduces my fear and then it builds my confidence. And with growing my confidence, then I have the freedom to open those doors to tell my story, where I truly find my peace, joy, and happiness, and where I get my strength from, knowledge and wisdom from. And then handling those disappointments. I had to view those disappointments failing forward, like Bill has always said. Disappointment, what am I appointed and meant. So then what am I meant to do in this situation? So is my reaction working towards my 10 life? So I wanted to continue to grow and intentionally act in all areas of my life, to continue to grow, to be healthy, wealthy, and wise, to fortify those 6. And I like the 6 levels of life. And I want to know, and I know from this mentorship team, it just continues to help me keep on track with my goals and to learn, do, teach, and to navigate through this game of life and trying times. So I just wanted to say Merry Christmas to everyone, and Kevin was gonna wrap up.
Yeah, cool. So I think the neat thing about listening to Lori is here we were in 2 very different places in life. And one is, my intention was just keeping the ship running and keeping everything going and our business is running. And Lori's intention, she had to do a lot of personal growth just with where she was at. And I think that's cool how we were in complete unity, intentional about how we were going to come into this year. And then what we're hopeful for, or not even hopeful for, there's just so much to be hopeful for, but straight up, Travis nailed it in the head. We know that we're in a position now with what we know, how to use Zoom, how to use the different things, how just the tools we have, the Kirby G Sheets, which are so amazing. We know we're in a position to not only get us, so we're qualifying 12 months out of 12, but be Ruby side volume. We have legs coming on. We'll say it straight up now. We're going to be an Emerald qualification coming into the end of 2021, and we're not hopeful for that. We're dead set on it, and we've built a life to do that. So thanks, guys. Merry Christmas. We love you all.
Thanks.
And thanks for this call.
Awesome.
Hey, thank
Great
you.
leaders.
I'm just going to ask you, Kevin, what Chris wants to ask you, which is, what do you have in your head?
I have this on my head, and I have my grow a pair on my feet socks. So.
Hey, perfect. I knew Chris wanted to ask you, and he was feeling a little shy, like Chris always does. But
I actually put my phone on airplane mode so he couldn't bug me when I was talking.
well played. Awesome stuff, guys. And like Trav and Kelly, you guys are great. Randy and Vicky, what's happening in
8 inches of snow there.
Tony will get you sorted. Give him a minute.
I think you unmute yourself.
Unmute yourself. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, there you
There
go.
we go.
Yeah,
We're live. We're live and kicking. Yeah, no, we snow is no problem in West Grey, Ontario. So I'm just so blessed to hear that the West Coast has got a whack of snow. I just can't tell you. All I've heard for years is about the snow in Ontario here. So I'm not feeling an ounce of pain for you. It's just
we have green grass.
We have heard enough, and Bill knows that. We've heard it all about the snow. So anyway, no snow in the West Coast, but Merry Christmas to you all.
Yes, Merry Christmas.
And yeah, it's just been a crazy year, obviously, for all of us, but we're hopeful for the fantastic new year and a good Christmas too. I mean, it's just obviously now's the time to reflect and do that sort of thing. But I know Bill had a few of these topics, and I think the as we got looking at these, I think the biggest thing that we learned over this past year was just being positive. I think that's shutting off a lot of literally shut off the news. Used to have the TV on. We literally don't watch the TV anymore. We watch movies and Netflix and that sort of thing. But literally the TV, as far as cable running in anymore, we shut that part off, and it made a big difference. And just and I think just noticing, which we've always known, is that people are naturally negative, and this year it really poured out. And I think they need positivity, and I really fought back on it. And I think that's one thing that I learned through this whole process is that we do have a lot of positive, and I think that's one thing we always have to remember. So.
Well, yeah, and for me, it was that, but as well, it was flexibility. Our son got married this year, and we just had to learn flexibility because there was times when we didn't know if the wedding was happening, if it wasn't happening. And I think flexibility with the people, like we're so used to the people in the business, but we had to deal with people outside of the business and just giving them the grace and just being flexible with them, because everybody that you speak to and talk to, everybody has a different slant or thought process on what we're going through. And you just have to have so much positivity, because you do get a little bit of everything from each person that you talk to. So for me, it was just learning to be flexible, I think, mostly. Yeah.
You betcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the other one that I had a quote that I really, I think I've heard it maybe in the past, but it was really kind of reiterated this year, and it said most people overestimate what they can do in 1 year and underestimate what they can do in 10. And I think that's where, I think we always try to push and see what we got to hit these massive goals in a year. And I think we really, just come to grips with the fact that we can, step by step, inch by inch with this process, that you can move it forward and that we can look forward to the next 5 years, 10 years. And it's just been so impressive to see what Bill and Janice, I know with their health and just seeing them riding bikes and doing stuff, and just, seeing Bill be in the, those pictures in the summer were a little much, out in the water, Jan taking the Baywatch pictures there, but it was, it was pretty awesome. And it's just pretty impressive on that. And just to see that you can make that change, and just the consistency and persistency. So I think doing better next year. I think the communication, appreciate Doug on the last BDS. Doug pointed out that he fought his way through. I think I always think Bill's busy, and and we've known him for years and years and years, great friends. And I just sometimes you don't take near as much of an advantage. And I think Doug said that he persisted through, did what he had to do. And I know that next year I will definitely, on the communication side, we'll press through and press on, and because there's just so much value there, so much to be had by the loss of me not communicating as much, thinking that. And like Doug said, it's he's a busy guy, but you're going to persist and pursue anyway. So I know that for me is definitely something.
Yeah, me as well. It's like I definitely this year I needed to communicate more, and I think it's just maybe my personality too, with everything going on. You kind of call in a hole, or I don't know what you want to say, but communication is definitely something I want to be better at, because we have the best of the best in Bill and Jan. Every time that we are with them, they make us feel so much better, and they just always have the right answers for you. And that's the number one thing for me, is communication more.
You betcha. Yeah, and I think the as far as being hopeful, man, we're just so hopeful. It's even through all this, I think a lot of people learn that they can push through this year. And I think it's, like Vicky said, we had a wedding this past year, and we got another one coming up this year. So, and for somebody that can stretch a penny into a copper wire, it's been been eventful to say the least. But just knowing that it's just such a blessing, and we're just so happy for our kids, seeing them getting married and just starting off with their life. And we're so hopeful for them. And that's where the things and the principles that we learned through this business are just shining through on, like Vicky said, last year would have been real challenging for a lot of people. And I know it was challenging for us, but we pressed on and pressed through, and just so impressed with how, our kids handled it, with how, Vicky handled it. It was just unbelievable, and to bring that together. And it's just, looking forward to another one next year, and, also looking forward to the growth in this business. I mean, Bill and Janice deserve it. The team deserves it. All of you deserve it. And it's going to be a great year if we make it a great year. And I think that's part of that positive negative thing. I think we can all look at all the little things that can be negative, but we have a lot of great things. If you just step outside and look around, we're all pretty blessed. And, we're going through some challenges, but we do have a pretty blessed life, and we need to remember that at all times. So God bless you all, and have a great Christmas, guys. Happy New Year to you all. Sure. And God bless Bill and Janice Gers.
And I just wanted to say, I always say is hope is have only positive expectations, and that's what it's all about. And I'm kind of like Kelly. I'm just hoping for the time that we can all be together again, and we can give everybody hugs and high fives, and that's totally what I'm looking for. And I think the other thing was, while we were going through the wedding and stuff, my whole mantra was you grow through what you go through, and we definitely did that. But we just wish you all a Merry Christmas, a wonderful New Year, and miss you, and just have a great time.
God bless.
Okay, thanks, guys. Appreciate that, and the kind words always appreciated, Randy and Vicky, for your your coaching and your mentorship at your team, and then obviously the way you always bless Jan and I. So thanks for that. And we're gonna head west to Vancouver. Doug and Rosie are there, and power's on. So have at her, guys.
Hey everybody, hi Bill and Jan. This is so great to be able to see some of you up top here. You know, the power went on 10 minutes before the call was about to start. Talk about, blessings. So anyways, the first question, one thing I learned this year, I definitely learned that change can happen overnight, and it can happen whether you're ready for it or not. And definitely this year was a big year of changes for us. And I had to really learn to be flexible. I had to learn to be adaptable. I had to learn to be teachable and to go with the change. I've been the type of person that really doesn't like change, and I can, refuse change in the past. And this year taught me, no, it's just not going to work that way. So change has been the big thing, and how to adapt and just to go with it. Something better. Oh, you go ahead.
No,
So, do you want me to do the three? Okay, we didn't talk about how we were going to do this. So the second thing, something better I will get better at for the next year coming up. I think being true to myself, being honest to myself, the core habits, being more consistent. And like it was already mentioned, the communication, I know I need to get much better. I think I also crawled into a little space of my own thinking, the communication wasn't quite there as much as I know it should have been. And definitely that is something I'm going to change for this year, because I know it makes such a big difference for me. It truly makes a huge difference. The third thing, what I'm hopeful for in the future, as much as this year has been a very strange year, for our family, we have had so many family blessings this year. And a huge blessing for Doug and I is we found out we were going to be grandparents for the first time to twins in this spring. So my hope really is, and what I truly want, is more time, more money, more choices, because our Y has shot off the roof now. It's gotten bigger. It's much bigger than Doug and I. So I'm super excited for the growth of our family, and also the growth I know that we're going to have in our business. So it's just, I'm excited about 2021.
Wow. Yeah, just I know I'm concerned about how excited she is about twins and the money that's going to take. But it's just I know that one thing I learned this year is just give everybody grace. But even with grace, I know that we can all adapt and do more. And I've seen people rise to the occasion. I've some people, shy away from it. And it's just giving grace in those areas for those people, and not waiting for people. Dexter always said, you just love them where they are, but you don't wait. And I know that was a big learning curve for me this year, was to, I would always love everybody, but I had a habit of waiting. And I think, that puts pressure on people they don't ask for. So that's one of the things that I definitely wanted to learn from this year. Something better I can do next year is continue to work on my accountability with Bill. I know it's something that I've really worked hard on the last year, just to make sure I'm in communication with him. I do pester him if I have to get that one call in. And I think that's a big learning curve for everybody, is that, you don't know what you don't know. And if you're not pushing in, sometimes you get that 2 or 3 minute call, but you learn where your mentor's at, you learn where their thinking's at. And it's invaluable. If you miss out and you don't pursue, you're letting something go that was free to us but very valuable. And, you know, what I'm hopeful for is that people will rise up. I know we're in a time now, I believe more than ever, we need more leaders. We need people that go out and give hope in a time that some people have lost that. They've lost a little bit of vision. And I believe this team has that ability to give vision, to give hope, and to push forward. So I'm excited about, just like everybody talked about, I'm excited about where we're going. I'm excited about this team. I've always been excited about what the Kerrs stand for, and I have no problem bringing people in where they can have a chance to meet, you know, what I believe to be giants.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you very much. And wow, you guys we'll have to expand the doorways here to get our heads through, but not the purpose of the call. I know we want one more couple to share, and then Jan and I'll wrap up. Obviously, Chris and Dawn are there, and appreciate them making time. I know for everybody that on the West Coast, this is early for you, and definitely if you have other businesses, it's really early. So Chris and Dawn, appreciate your time, and what do you say?
Hello, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
I like the gray walls.
You do?
Yes.
I just painted.
Nice job, Janice Kerr.
Well, it's a feature wall, yes.
Isn't it nice?
Impressive.
Chelsea Gray.
Like it. Where does Alan and Chris said, is that the color gray? Because I got all my paint little samples all laid out. So yeah, anyway.
Because Chris and Dawn are building, as everybody knows. So they're just building a dream here of what their beautiful house is going to look like.
Yeah, we had Mel
You
was
should
here.
see our windows. I just gotta say, you should see our windows. Like,
Nice.
honestly, you should see them. They're the nicest plastic they make. I don't know if we're gonna get glass, but we got plastic. You gotta have a sense of humor. It's
You have to.
2020.
Yeah.
Anyways, adaptability, I've heard that, flexibility, that's what it's all about. And that, honestly, really, we've had a really, really good year. It's been, I think for us, it's all, the big thing has been, and you hear it, adaptability, flexibility, it's self-management. Because if you aren't self-managing, you literally wouldn't necessarily get through a day. And a lot of people don't have that skill set. And I believe just within this industry, that's something that we've been educated on. And with that, we then have an opportunity to go out and share a little bit of that to someone else. And if you show that you're adaptable and you're flexible and you can manage yourself in all areas. I mean, I'm not just talking finances, but when you can manage and you can self-manage, that then becomes an example for others. So I would say really honestly this year that we've had a lot of self-management, because you have to when you're, but it's been honestly a gift in a lot of ways, because 1 hour, if you manage 1 hour, can actually give you 3 hours. And a lot of people, I think, that have been honed in the negative, but if we can draw them out into the positive and teach people to, again, self-manage and tie into that, that's where they're going to find their victories. And I know for us, for me anyways, that definitely has been one of the biggest things, is you have to be able to really hone in and manage yourself. So that, I would say, you want to go to your next, or you want me to carry on, Chris?
Whatever you want, go ahead.
And I guess, what was the next question?
What are you looking
You're going to do
for?
better. Something you're going to do better.
Something I'm going to do better.
You want me-
I would say, honestly, it would have to be to really be paying attention to the people that are hurting, because there are so many people out there that are hurting. And again, we have the skill set, we have the knowledge because of this industry and what we've been gifted with, what we've learned. So it's our opportunity, again, to be aware and to be attentive to those, because most people, I couldn't imagine without not having the skill set and the knowledge that we've had over these many years of being in this industry. I couldn't imagine not having it. And there's people out there that don't have that. So again, that would be the big thing, is just tying into that and being aware that when we are talking to someone, genuinely right now, most people are hurting, or they're sad, or there's something going on. And then 2021, honestly, I believe that 2020 has been honestly a springboard, because what you were able to master in 2020 you will be able to perfect in 2021. Because let's face it, January 1st, 2021, COVID isn't going away. So we need to use those skills to be able to springboard us into 2021, 2022, and carry that forward. So I think that honestly, I look forward to the people of the future being more caring, which I think what people have been learning this year, more attentive to others, and maybe not so self-centered. And I would hope that our world, and with this industry, I do believe that with this industry, we can propel that. But I would hope that the world is ultimately going to become a much better place than it was at the beginning of 2020 would be my hope.
Yeah,
Awesome.
great.
Yeah.
And I mean, I think for me, I tend to dwell on this a little bit, but I think is really the power of the dream. You know, we get into what we've got going on in the world right now, and sometimes we forget about the dream and why we do what we do and where we want to go when we're stuck in our four walls and we can't get out and get the hug and get the high fives. And really it gives you some time to reflect as to what is important and why you're doing what you're doing and where you want to go, and to adjust and overcome whatever's going on between our, as I say, our 4 to 6 inches between our ears, to help us think different, to think like an entrepreneur, and to think out of the box and solve problems that the average person can't solve because they're so busy in whatever it is they're doing. You know, I think that something to do better next year would be something I always work on, is patience. It's, you know, COVID and a lot of stuff going on. I mean, owning a business is one of those things that teaches you that, or it sure slaps you up the side of the head really fast. But I think that's one of the things that, even from a relational point of view, you know, running a few businesses, building a house, COVID, all those things, it's a lot of fun and challenging at times, but it's good. And really being hopeful and thankful for what we do have, as Randy and Vicky said. I mean, being able to sit on a call like this with you guys, with the leaders all around the world, and, you know, Kevin with that fantastic hat he had on and his socks. I mean, you got to give him a few points for that, for sure. But I mean, this is a group of friends and a group of business leaders that is second to none around the world, in my opinion. And, you know, we're happy to be part of that and happy to be friends with everybody and call everybody friends. And really, we're looking forward to the next year. I mean, I love what Don said. If you can get through this year and master next year, imagine where you can go. And I think, again, that ties back to the dream. And if you don't have one, you need to get one. And we've got some time on our hands where we can sit and we can delve in and we can Google and we can do all the things that we do in our homes to cement that dream. And I hope people, you know, come and help and work towards what it is they want to achieve. So, yeah.
Wow.
Good stuff, guys.
Amazing.
Thank you. And Merry Christmas. Yeah.
Yes.
Happy New
Well,
Year.
New Year.
Yes.
Merry Christmas. Well, I certainly appreciate everybody, you know, for sharing. I know that, like Chris was just saying, you know, it's really nice to be able to see everybody. And I know this is, especially for my wife, it's energetic, energizing to, you know, she's definitely even more of a people person than I am. And this is a big opportunity. So I'm just going to answer the couple of the questions that I had everybody else. You know, I was thinking about this year, thinking about everybody sharing. I think the thing that I learned the most this year, and Don was kind of on one side of it, but the other side is, you know, I understood this year that people can handle way less negative. I've always said that, but people can handle way less negative than they think they can. And how people responded to the pandemic, to change, whatever, you know, in our family even, was eye-opening. And, you know, we've always said common sense isn't that common. Well, self-management isn't that common either. And people really battled with getting a grip, if you will. And, you know, like Randy maybe alluded to, way too much television, way too much media, and they become sucked into a negative that, you know, that's not our culture. That's not the culture that we built. We built a culture, we hoped, of people that had, you know, a mindset of thinking for themselves, a mindset not to be controlled by others. And so hoping for next year, you know, one of the things that I've been thinking about is how do I bolster that in the team that I already have and the new team that I'll build, is to have that ability to have people think and think for themselves and to make right decisions and to be able to disseminate between what's propaganda and what's truth, and realize, follow the money, that the media has an agenda, and maybe just even be a bit bolder. And on the same token, I think that this year I learned the magnitude of multiple streams of income, and the blessing of being, mentored by Jeff Yeager when he, kicked me in the butt, if you will, whatever, many years ago, and said, "What do you do all day?" And
Other than chase Jan around the
yeah,
house.
other than chase Jan around the house, and I didn't have a really good answer. And he made me think, and he made me, diversify and have multiple streams of income. And like many of you on this call, we've had a great year, and we'll have a great year in this business next year, because I'm going to try and help. My thing next year is to try and help you be better, make more time for this. Like some of you said in the talks, I mean, we can all get, oh, they're fine. I think it was Rosie said, oh, we don't, Vicky said it, everybody's fine. And probably everybody isn't fine. And they need more positive, they need more input. And, one of the things I'm going to do this year is make myself more available for that, and to help people through it. Because we do have a great opportunity. We got a changing asset, which is always will change, but we've been in this 30 years. This is our 30th year anniversary this month. We saw this great opportunity in December 1990, and started in 91.
Yeah.
And so we're heading into our 31st year of building this business. And so we've seen the ebbs and flows, and like Kevin mentioned, we are going to get better. So I know Jan wrote down a couple thoughts.
Yeah, I just wrote down a few things that just wanted to share. I know, you know me, I'm always about, give me some direction or whatever. And anyways, I just thought, just 5 things that I'm going to focus on, next year. And I think the first thing is, it's not about getting, it's about giving. And it's so funny how all of us talked about that. It's like, we got to give more to people. It's not about getting this Christmas. It's about what you're going to give. And I'm not talking about gifts or money or anything like that, but, about giving a little bit of your time and your wisdom. Everybody on this call has so much wisdom and reassurance and attitude and upliftness. Is that a word?
Sure, it is tonight.
We all have it, and we got to give that to people. And, it could be, a family or a friend or, an IBO or somebody you work with or somebody that's in your business. Just give them a little bit of hope this Christmas. And I encourage you, I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure this, in the next week, I'm going to be, doing as much as I can to, make people's lives better. And, number 2 is, enjoy the time with the people that you're with. I know we're all going to miss so many people. I know I'll start crying if I tell you how many people, obviously everybody's in the same boat, that, you can't see your parents, I can't see your kids. Can't see your kids or your grandkids. And, even, it's just crazy, but you got to enjoy the time with the people that you can. And, just don't take that. That's going to be special moments that are going to be created because those are the people that are in your life. Number 3 is plan your 2021. And everybody talked about this. It's just a matter. Like I know Chris talked about dreaming big. You have to dream so big next year because it's going to happen, and if you don't dream big for next year, imagine us all setting small goals. It doesn't even make sense to me. It's like, oh, okay, 2021 is going to be the same. Let's just set small goals. No, let's set big goals. Let's set big, audacious goals and go out there and make it happen, because you can do it. You can do it. And that's what's going to fuel your fire. It's going to fuel your attitude. It's going to fuel your everybody around you, because people want to be around people that are going somewhere. So have those audacious goals. And number 4, I had to throw this in because it's like everybody's got to eat and drink and be merry. hungry. Like, don't get all guilty about, oh, it's Christmas time. We can, just enjoy Christmas and, eat your dinner, enjoy your eggnog. And if you got to put a little bit of something in it, go ahead, enjoy yourself. Right. So, I just encourage everybody, just give yourself some slack, enjoy Christmas. I know it's not about the food and the family. It's all about Jesus Christ, but I'm telling you, we are going to take this time. We're going to enjoy. I might even cook a turkey dinner this year. So,
wow.
And Bill hates turkey.
Yeah. So excited about that.
And the last thing is look for the silver linings. And we all talked about that too, is just what is your silver lining? This year, we've been blessed with a brand new grandbaby, like Doug and Rosie just found out they're expecting twins, and I can go on and on. Tim and Deb obviously have a new grandbaby too. And, it's just, there's silver linings in everything. And, what is your blessings? I know even for Bill and I, we ended up selling our house and buying a house that I absolutely love. I've got Chris, I don't have waterfront, but we have water view. Like every window I look out, all we see is water. And it's just so beautiful. And I just love this house. I've never felt so much at home in a house that we did not build. But, it's just such a blessing for us that we had the time, to be able to purchase this house and move in and enjoy. And we've had so much fun. Even in the last month, we've had more fun in this house with the hot tub and the sauna. And, it's just been incredible. So look for your silver linings. Understand that we are here for you. I hope everybody, I'm going to try and reach out to as many people as I can over the next couple of months and find out what we can do for you, because that's the biggest thing, that we can help people. If I help you, you're going to help other people, and it's like so on and so on and so on. And that's what I get excited about. So God bless everybody, and Merry Christmas, and just again, it's all about Jesus' birth, and but we just want to say Merry Christmas,
which
and
is
God
the hope.
bless.
Which is
the hope,
right?
Exactly.
So what did I think was it last night? This Christmas Star,
yeah,
first time in 900 years or something. And
yeah.
Anyway, it's I just can't. I'm still stuck on the turkey dinner actually, but anyway. We've been had the opportunity, since we only get such a small amount of time. Usually with Morgan and Drew, they head south, and you've catered the last number of times so that we can spend time, around the family instead of around the stove. But I just want to wrap up. I know I said hope for Christmas, so I like to use acronyms as a way to kind of wrap up. And for me, the hope was number one. The H was humility. And I think we all were humbled to a certain degree that, you hear about these things, pandemics or whatever, and you watch a movie or something, and oh my goodness, that could never happen. And then all of a sudden we're hit with this global pandemic. And yes, it can be humbling. And I think the humility part is more to what Dawn was saying, is that, people are hurting. And we have an opportunity to not be sympathetic, but to be empathetic, and to offer humility, that we have a direction. If you think about, probably everybody in this, the screen that I'm seeing, most of us have shown this asset hundreds and hundreds of times. And when we get to the motivating factors, the motivating factors are more time, more money, better quality of life, lifestyle. I'm not sure where you live, but every single person in Ontario is looking for that. There's a max exodus out of the city. People want to have more space. They want to have more time. They want to have better quality of life. Never in the history of the 30 years me being in the business have people lined up exactly with what our business offers. And we need to be reminded of that, be humble of that, and then have humility so that we can listen to people properly, appreciate where they're at, but offer direction. That's the O, it's the opportunity. And, there's opportunity amongst all of us. And, in multiple areas, we get paid in life to direct proportion to the problems we solve. And I've never, ever seen it more true than this year. The more you can solve a problem, the more income you're going to make. And so if we have all these people amongst us that have all these problems, well, then the opportunity is to become better at solving those problems. And the greater in which you can do that, the greater in which you'll have reward, which leads us to perseverance. And to me, you hear that word perseverance, it isn't meaning to renew. Okay, that's not what it means to persevere. It's not just to renew your IBO number. Anybody can do that. Persevering is finding a way to figure it out, is to figure out, you know, what's not working for you. I think it was, again, Don said, I mean, 2021, January 1st, COVID isn't disappearing. And so we have got to figure this out. And if you want to grow your business or any asset, you got to figure it out. And I don't think, and it's my personal opinion, people haven't put a lot of cranium time into thinking, okay, what can I do better? How can I do better? You know, I put out a question and I said, well, what do I do with people that wear a mask? Well, guess what? Everybody's wearing a stinking mask. Learn how to read their eyes. That's what I'm figuring out how to do, because that's what we have to do. You have to figure it out. Persevering isn't just waking up tomorrow and you know, okay, I persevered. Persevering is figuring out. And that's the E, and I hope to end on a higher note, okay, a little higher note. I see Jan giving me the evil eye here. This is a Christmas message of hope.
Merry Christmas.
But sometimes we need a hopeful kick in the butt, because I know all of you and most of you on this screen could use the asset being built, not the asset that could be built. You could use the asset being built. And number one, to do that, you have to have an expectation that it could be done. So I challenge you in the next week, 8 days, 10 days, whatever it is to January 1st, that you find it within your heart to be able to believe that the great thing can happen, and to somehow muster within inside of you the expectating heart that you can do it. And because that's the only way 2020 is going to be different for any of us, is you got to believe that the great thing can happen. You got to believe, like Chris said, you got to dream, and you got to dream, and you got to dream, and you got to dream. Whether you got to make another dream board, whether you got to put your fridge full of stuff, I don't know what it's going to take, but you know, like Jan mentioned, whether it be the house and that here, I mean, I'm not sure how many other, we got 5 properties we just bought in the last basically 6 weeks. Why? Because when everybody sits on their hands, I was taught you make moves. And so we are making moves in all areas of our lives, because why? This is a time, this is an opportunity filled time. And we have full expectation that the great thing can happen. And I hope that you have it, because Christmas is hope. Why? Because God gave his son to us, right? To bring us life everlasting. And so now why can't we take that same hope and say, okay, let's fill our hearts to this last few days. Jan mentioned, okay, you're gonna enjoy your time with your family, whatever, but let's hit the ground running. You know, notes, we're gonna do a 3-hour winter conference the second week of January. But for all of you that feel more compelled for more information, Jaegers have a winter conference. It's the 3rd weekend. Obviously, there's is partly live. It's a hybrid. So they have a South Carolina format where they're recording there. Gary Newell and Tammy are their speakers, Gary and Tammy Newell. And so if you want to go on the Jaeger website and register for that, we got no problem with that. We just want to maintain our KBG, Kirby G identity. And we want to we'll have some guest speakers, but more streamlined, more marching orders. This is what we're doing. And that we'll provide. If that's,
I'm going to enjoy both functions.
yeah, and if that's not within your budget or within your wheelhouse, that's fine. But that's, and I think today or tomorrow is early bird. It only goes up, I think, $5 or whatever. But just so you know, that's where, and then we'll have our BDSs like we've had, and spring conference and summer conference. Let's hope by summer conference there's a live event. But if there's not, we'll keep going.
And I want people to fight for, like, you know, people that are performing are going to get the stage time, you know, even on our virtual conferences. So I always encourage people, you know, we want to represent, or we want you to represent Kirby G. So, you know, get out there and do some work and have some success. And
which what people have. I mean, there's many
Yes.
people on this call that have traveled North America to speak for other Jaeger organizations. And I'm again, just want to wrap up. Thanks for making time. I know Jeff and Krista didn't know if they could make it. They did. They probably should have said hi. Thanks, guys. I know they had a busy schedule. But anyway, we love each and every one of you. We respect you. We just want to say from ourselves and our entire family, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. God bless.
Tony, can you unmute everybody? Okay, guys, guess what we're going to do? We're going to sing. Who's our singer? Who's our singer?
What are we going to sing?
Yes.
What are we
Allie,
Allie and Dave can sing. Well,
If you're gonna wait another one, like wait for us to have things ready.
wish you a Merry Christmas, or what else? Allie, are you there?
Here we are. What are we singing?
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Okay. Are we starting you off?
yes, you are.
Oh, gosh. Awesome. Fun.
Better than me starting you off.
Okay.
Come on.
Let's start us off.
We wish
You a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. New Year.
You're way too fast. Love you guys. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Merry
Christmas, everyone.
It's a happy new year.
Tony, you're gonna